We get an update on the progress clearing roads after this weekend's winter storm. And bad legal news continues to pile up for addiction recovery care. I'm Jerry Scott, and this is the Mountaintop Daily. Perhaps the biggest question on the minds of most people since the winter storm hit this past weekend is how long it will be before roads return to normal. Major highways are now almost entirely clear, but continuing snow, ice, and bitter cold have hampered clearing of many secondary roads. Nick spoke with Transportation Cabinet District 12 to get an update.
Now that the first snowstorm of 2026 has come to a close, the East Kentucky region is dealing with what's left over. Snow and ice are still plentiful across most roadways, and Kentucky Transportation Cabinet District 12 has an update regarding maintenance and travel safety. Public Information Officer Shantana Woodward gives us more details.
Crews were reporting today that the sun is helping, even though, our temperatures are barely in the teens today. The sun is helping to activate some of that salt that's already been put down. So it's going to help to melt those where the sun is hitting. Now, if you live in an area where you don't get much sun, if you live in a shaded spot, stuff like that, up a holler or something, you're probably not going to get that, melting capacity, especially because of this coldness in the weather. So, but our A routes are looking good. Crews have had time to go ahead and move on to B and C routes. The problem there is, we had ice before, and so some of those routes have a sheet of ice on them that have to be busted up. That takes a little bit longer when the salt to activate on it and stuff before we can scrape that off. So, it's just going to be a process. It's going to be a multi-day process. So just kind of bear with us, and we'll be there working around the clock. But like I said, it's a process.
At this time, travel may still be considered unsafe for those living near icy roads. The Transportation Cabinet would like to again advise staying home unless there is an emergency.
We just ask that, people not get out unnecessarily. If you're getting out and you need something, that's one thing. But if you're just getting out to go shopping or just to kind of see what things look like, we ask that people don't do that because it clogs up the roads. You could wreck or go in a ditch, and then that hinders our ability to plow snow and things. So, we're asking people just to limit their travel still. If you're going to make a move, now's the time before things refreeze. But again, where you live and your area best, and, you have to make that judgment call.
Reporting for Mountaintop News, I'm Nick Collum.
Legal troubles are continuing to grow for addiction recovery care as a federal judge prepares to consider whether the company should be held in contempt of court. ARC is being sued by Angelica Capital Trust, which claims the company kept and spent millions of dollars in tax refunds that were supposed to be turned over as part of a financing deal. A judge has already ordered ARC to freeze most of its remaining funds after Angelica accused the company of moving money to subsidiaries in violation of a court order. This week, ARC has been ordered to appear in court to explain why sanctions should not be imposed. At the same time, ARC's attorneys have asked to withdraw from the case, saying their clients insisted on actions the lawyers fundamentally disagreed with and failed to cooperate. Angelica's attorneys are opposing that request, arguing it could delay the contempt hearing and allow more money to be spent. The judge has not yet ruled on the request for the attorneys to withdraw, and no decision has been made on the contempt issue. You can find more details on the controversy and read the full court documents on our website, mountain-topmedia.com. Coming up after the break, we'll take you to Paintsville, where some workers had a job no one envied today. That's coming up when the Mountaintop Daily continues. Stay with us.
When the government took Social Security away from honest Eastern Kentuckians, Attorney Ned Pillersdorf got the hearings declared unconstitutional. When the women guards were harassed at Little Sandy Jail, Ned fought back, securing a $1 million verdict at trial. And when the state tried to shut down Cordia School, Ned fought back and kept the school open. Attorney Ned Pillersdorf fights for the underdog, and he's ready to fight for you.
New year, year, new tech. Start 2026 connected with the latest devices from Appalachian Wireless. Upgrade to the powerful new iPhone 17 or the sleek iPhone 17 Air. Get more done with iPad A16 or stay connected with Apple Watch Series 11 or Ultra 3. And for the kiddos, the Explorer X6 Play, the smartwatch made just for kids. New year, new devices, and the service you trust, right here at Appalachian Wireless. Visit us today at one of our many retail locations or online at AppalachianWireless.com. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
If you spend any amount of time outside late last night or early this morning, you know it was unpleasantly cold. Temperatures dropped down to the single digits over our entire coverage area last night. That is bad enough, but imagine working in it. Now, imagine that work involves repairing a broken water main. Sheldon tells us about some workers who had to do just that.
In the early morning hours in Paintsville, in the lowest temperatures this year, a main water line break sent utility crews to Main Street to work a long shift.
This morning at approximately 2:30 a.m., I received a call from 911 dispatch advising me that one of the policemen on patrol had noticed a possible water main leak on Main Street directly across from the SIP theater. I came out and there was water coming up through the ground, approximately 6-8 inches. There was a river of water flowing down the streets.
Paintsville Mayor Bill McRunyon stressed the dedication his city employees had during the recent snowstorm, as well as this morning.
As the mayor of the city of Paintsville, I just want to say I'm extremely proud of Mr. Darrell Preston, Public Safety Director, Mr. Jimmy Castle, the head of our street department, and all other departments we have here in the city of Paintsville. They have done a tremendous job during this storm, and I'm extremely proud of all of them.
Distribution Superintendent for Paintsville Utilities, Craig Welsh, said there was only one way to stay warm under such conditions.
We was able to valve her down, dig her out, and repair it. Guys get real cold, they take a minute to get the truck warm up, so everybody's dressed appropriately, and it means a lot.
This morning when I came out, it was 7 degrees, so these men have worked out almost 12 hours in 7-degree temperature. So, they've done a wonderful job, and the citizens of Paintsville and Johnson County are lucky to have people like that working for them. We had people here within 10 minutes of being notified, and they immediately went to work. And I wouldn't want their job being outside in 7-degree weather, but they've done an excellent job.
Reporting for Mountaintop News, I'm Sheldon Compton.
That will do it for this edition of the Mountaintop Daily. Be sure to check us out at 6 p.m. every weekday on Mountaintop TV, the Mountaintop TV app, and the Mountaintop News Facebook page. With your Mountaintop Daily, I'm Jerry Scott for Mountaintop News.